Creation.
Hey everybody out there, this is Jahibus98 with MastaDamascus himself.
What's up, guys?
From Creation Studios, and today we are going to do a co-op review because I am not a big Final Fantasy player. He's played a little more than half of them, so he knows the storyboard, which I need to know, and I figure you guys might like to know and stuff like that. Today we are going to do a review on Final Fantasy X Part 2, which, well, we'll let you see for yourself as we play. This is the sequel to, as you guys may know, and may be familiar with, great game, Final Fantasy X, also known as Final Fantasy X. Today we are going to be doing the review, as I said though, on Part 2 of it. So, throughout this, we are going to explain it and stuff like that, and I'll give my commentary and stuff like this. He'll give his commentary and stuff, and we'll rate it. The only thing, though, that I have to say is that be prepared, it's not at all like the first. So let's get ready to play, and let's hope for the best. Alright, so this is how the story starts off. As you know, Yuna, yep, that's Yuna from the original and stuff like that. And here goes the freaky dress change.
Good God.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I mean, look at this. This is what you get in the second one. This is one of the drive changes that she goes into. Yeah, you're no longer in the good Tushu dress. And also, that's not Yuna. I figure we should tell you that early on. Because, yeah, technically that's one of the main villains in it. But let's put it this way. She's not really Yuna. And she actually looks different. As you play the game, you'll start to see the real enemy that you have to verse. But, yeah.
Yeah, okay, so we just decided to skip that and save you the torture. So, here's the real Yuna, and notice how she looks just as, distasteful.
And look at this. I can't believe this. She went from the priestess of the game, the summoner, to a gunslinging slut. Ugh. I mean, I guess this just goes to show that sex really does sell. And as you now know, this is probably the cruddiest thing in the game. But, yeah, it gets even worse. But one thing that definitely had us going crazy was the point of the you scored system whenever you would loot chests. Like, you know?
Yeah, okay, when I first saw that, I had to stop, put down the controller, go into another room, and scream when I first saw that, okay? That might be a little overreacting, but seriously, that just ticked me off a little bit.
Yeah, another thing is that they brought back a lot of the old enemies from the original game. Unfortunately, well, would you like to tell them?
Yeah, they changed the names for no reason, which I don't understand why. That's kind of pointless, but, you know, hey, it's the same enemies, so whatever, but still, name's pointless, changing.
They made some of the most overpowered characters from the first completely weak and stuff like that. They made some of the weakest ones completely, well, overpowered. The jumping commands, which you'll see probably later on and stuff like that, which I'll bring it up again when it comes up, were completely messed up. Another thing, though, is that, let's put it this way. The way that they talked and stuff like that was completely off cue. You'd randomly hear the intercom and stuff like that go off, and then 5 seconds later or something like that, all of a sudden you'd randomly hear a person say something and stuff like that, and it was just horrible. The acting was horrible. The playthrough was horrible. I mean, look at this. Some of these bosses, you'll see from the original one, are back. The characters in this are complete assholes, and half of the girls dress like sluts.
Yeah, you pretty much hit the nail on the head right there, Mike.
I mean, the story from the original, as MastaDamascus will tell you, is nothing compared to this. And what is your take on this game?
Okay, this game is pretty much terrible in almost every way imaginable. The only thing that's kind of okay about it is the soundtrack, which is pretty good, I gotta say. The combat system is stupid at first, especially the costume thing, but once you get used to it, it flows nicely. I just wish that they would have gotten rid of the costume thing, because that is the stupidest part of this game. Actually, no, I lied. The stupidest part of this game is the goddamn story, okay? It's a pointless sequel. It's totally unnecessary. It's totally uninteresting. I didn't care at all for any of these characters, not even Yuna, who was one of my favorite characters in any Final Fantasy game, but this game just killed her character totally. And this is coming from a longtime Final Fantasy fan, okay? This game almost killed my love for Final Fantasy.
Yeah, I heard it. This one definitely should have had the public apology as well, but
Then again, I'm not going to get into this now, but yeah, definitely should have had a public apology. The screen at the end every time that you would finish a random fight that would literally sometimes take place almost every 5 seconds to every 2 seconds whenever you would take a step to almost once every minute, which was on and off, on and off. But yeah, Final Fantasy would come up in the corner almost every time as if you didn't know what game you were playing. That was so gosh dang horrible. I mean, that right there is actually one of the drives in the game. And as you can see, she transforms instantly, which we finally, after about 3 hours of gameplay, figured out how to turn it off, which would come up still almost every time that we changed. So yeah, very annoying, right?
Yeah, I'd say it's pretty terrible in almost every way.
Yeah, and in a second or so and stuff like this, you're gonna see the loading screen that I was talking about at the end, which it's horrible. I mean, just plain horrible. As if you don't know which character you're playing, you don't know which game you're playing. I mean, look at this. Look at this. And half of the time, your unit does almost no damage.
I really can't believe that.
Me neither.
Well, that was about an hour of my day wasted, if not more. First of all, before we get to my comments, what do you think?
Well, let's see. There's almost nothing redeemable about this game. They ruined most of the combat system by adding needless costume changes. What the hell is that about? The story
if you ask
is
me,
pointless.
though, I have to comment on that.
Okay.
I don't know if any of you guys are familiar with the sequel to this game, which this is Kingdom Hearts, which I will hopefully do a playthrough or review of. In the second one, I am assuming that you know, Sora gets drive changes, which are, as you can guess, alpha changes. At least that one worked out.
Yeah.
You know.
Here, not so much, because it's stupid. It just doesn't work. It's pointless.
You get to make her go from slut to sluttier to bandit and stuff like that. I don't know. I think it was a complete waste. So right there, it lost a lot of points, respect, a lot of unnecessary gameplay, unnecessary game.
Just it's a pointless. It's a pointless sequel. Why? Final Fantasy X didn't need a sequel. The ending was good. Why? Like, it's the stupidest thing.
Between this and a couple of other games, I'd have to say this is probably one of the worst games. I'd have to say. You can get it if you're a big fan of it and you're willing to put up with it.
You'll probably be disappointed.
Yeah, you will. Especially if you like the ending to the first one, leave it as is. I'm telling you right now, you're not missing that much.
No.
Just, if you want to play this, I'm warning you now from even what you guys just saw. I don't think it's worth it.
No, it just isn't.
This is really one of those games that you'd have to say is a storyboard killer. And
yeah.
As you even saw with the playthrough and stuff like that. Here, should I show them the back of the box?
Yeah, go ahead. Torch them some more.
This is the front. They put effort into it, you know. Not really. But that's not the bad thing, you know. Good games usually at least have a couple of pictures of the gameplay and stuff like that. This is what they decide to do. I'm gonna just fix the camera quick. Here she is, Slut of the Month. Yay! This is some of the gameplay. This is some of the new drives, which no need for them. Main villains, which again everybody knows, sex sells. And of course, the gameplay. Couldn't have put anything else in.
System.
My words exactly. This game, I wouldn't recommend for anyone.
No, nobody.
If you really want to, you can. Other than that, no.
No.
You want to know what this game got? This game got a 3 out of 10 on my list. I really just don't know what else to say. That's really all I have to say about this. I mean, if you guys have any comments on this or any of the gameplay that I showed you or stuff, or think that I'm wrong, send me a message, leave a comment. I'm always listening. Stuff, you know, I like that. As you can see, though, again, I'll say it, like in everyone. You see, I have every game, well, not every, but a lot. Send me a request of what you want me to do. Tell me the game, anything. and I'll see what I can do.
I assure you, almost all of these are better than this piece of garbage.
Well, we'll get to some of those.
Yeah. I said we burn it. I think we should burn this.
Nah, we'll just keep it in the... Oh, but just figure I should tell you, this goes on my games not to have list. So, if you're looking ever for a game, I'm going to be putting games that I reviewed on to have list or to avoid list. And this is on the avoid list. So, till next time, I am Jahibus98.
And I'm MastaDamascus.
And this was my game segment. And remember, send me what you want me to do. I'll be waiting.